Chapter 4, Mixtapes and Unchained Melodies. The mixtape was tucked away in an old shoebox beneath a pile of half-torn comic books and mismatched socks. Adam hadn't been looking for it. He was searching for extra batteries when he spotted the corner of a cracked jewel case labeled in faded Sharpie. For my best friend, love, joy. He stared at it like it was a message in a bottle from another life. A piece of the old world, humming with dust and memory. His fingers trembled as he slid it out, wiping the case gently. He popped it into the tape player and pressed play, handling it with quiet awe, like it might crumble under the weight of memory. Joy's voice filtered through the static, unmistakable and unfiltered, full of her usual fire. "Hey, dumbass. If you're listening to this, I'm probably dead." Adam let out a breathless laugh, but it caught in his throat. Zia, curled on the couch with a blanket draped over her shoulders, looked up from eating. Her eyes met his, curious. Joy's voice continued. "Or I'm rich and famous and too good to talk to you." She laughed. Bright, goofy. "Anyway, I wanted to make this for you because you've been missing in action lately, and I'm not sure if you've got a girlfriend you're all sprung on or if you're just getting tired of me. I really hope it's the girlfriend thing, because it would really grind my gears if it were the other one. But seriously, low-key, I know you think I'm funny, awesome, and seriously adorable, so I'd hate to lose you." There was a pause, softer now. "I mean, who else am I going to debate with about whether Superman could take Goku?" Without missing a beat, Adam whispered to himself, "Superman, of course." Joy's voice chimed in perfectly. "Fucking Goku every time, buddy." Zia took a seat beside him, sensing the shift. Adam glanced at her and smiled, small and warm. Joy's voice softened. "So, I know you better than anyone in my life, and I know you're old school. That's why I made you this mixtape. So I'm starting this off with the song that always makes me think of you. Let's take it back to homecoming night, 2009. This one's for you, Adam." The tape clicked. Then came the opening synth of "Wait It Out" by Imogen Heap. Adam smiled, but it was the kind of smile that trembled, as if it were holding back a flood. His eyes welled. Zia edged closer. She didn't know the words, but she knew grief. She knew longing. She leaned against him, her chin resting lightly on his shoulder. Adam closed his eyes. Tears slipped down into his beard, soft as falling ash. And they stayed like that, unmoving, as the sweet song of memories filled the room, echoing like a ghost through the hollows of a world that used to be. A few days later, Adam was in the kitchen, inventorying what little was left of the food. 2 cans of peaches, 1 can of chili, a few protein bars, some Twinkies, not much else. "We're screwed," he muttered. As he scribbled notes onto a torn envelope, Zia walked past. Him, completely in the nude. Adam choked, nearly dropping his pen. "Seriously?" he muttered. Zia didn't notice as she searched the cabinets. Or didn't care. She moved with the elegance of a creature untouched by shame, by history. A kind of living sculpture, confident in her skin. Adam, however, turned his gaze to the floor like it might offer refuge. Then she walked up beside him, close enough that the curve of her hip brushed his side. She reached forward, her skin warm against his arm, her breasts softly brushing his arm, and picked up one of the cans of peaches like it was the most ordinary thing in the world. Then, she just walked away without a word. Adam watched her, every line, every curve, the soft sway of her as she disappeared down the hall. And he realized Zia's nude body would be burned into his mind forever. All Adam could do was stand there, staring at the dented can of chili, heart pounding with something he couldn't name, but something he felt, something that he longed for. That night, Adam lay tangled in his sheets, sweat clinging to his back. He tossed and turned. Something weighed heavy on his mind. In his dream, he was behind Zia, his hands covered in clay as they shaped something delicate together. Her hands met his, slow and sure, and the song Unchained Melody played softly in the background. Her head tilted back into his shoulder. Their movements synced. She turned. Their lips met. The image blurred, dissolved, her skin against his, her breath like wind in a dreamscape that felt too real. And then, he jolted awake. He stared at the ceiling and realized painfully that he was aroused. "It's like I'm freaking 12 again," he muttered, flinging the covers off. He couldn't stay in the house. Not like this. So Adam got dressed, grabbed the crossbow, and muttered to himself, "I need to hunt something." At dawn, Adam crept through the overgrown field behind the old high school. Dew clung to the grass, sparkling like glass slivers under the early morning sun. The white rabbit, his ghost, his joke, his impossible prey, darted beneath the rusted bleachers, and Adam crouched low, crossbow in hand. But he couldn't focus. Zia flashed in his mind, uninvited and unstoppable. Her naked form in the kitchen, sun sliding down her back like honey, the cool metal of a can of peaches against her hip. She hadn't even noticed him staring. Or maybe she had. Either way, she moved like shame was a concept her kind never inherited. Adam took a breath. He shifted his grip on the bow. "Focus," he muttered. Then came the dream. Clay on their hands, her body pressed back into his, hips swaying as they sculpted something useless and beautiful. Unchained melody floated through his head, warped and dreamlike. Her breath had been warm against his cheek. The kind of dream that lingered longer than it should have. He gritted his teeth. Then worse, something imagined, not remembered. Her in his bed. Sheets tangled. Her voice in his ear, her body beneath his, moving like the universe had synced itself just for them. It was vivid. Too vivid. "God damn it," he hissed, shaking his head. "Focus on the rabbit. Not sex. The rabbit." A flicker of white. The rabbit was back in sight, still, alert. Adam raised the crossbow, took a breath, and missed. Shit! The rabbit bolted, zigzagging through the brush with maddening grace. Adam gave chase, the earth cracking beneath his boots, heart pounding from more than the sprint. Then he stopped. The rabbit wasn't running blindly. It was running to her. Zia stood barefoot in the golden light, wearing Adam's hoodie like a dress, sleeves bunched over her fists. She looked like she'd wandered out of a dream. The rabbit ran straight to her, and she knelt. With slow, deliberate grace, she lifted the rabbit into her arms, pressing it close. She whispered something in her language, a lullaby Adam didn't know the words to but somehow felt in his chest. Adam froze a few feet away, panting. "What are you doing out here?" he asked, breathless. "Were you following me?" Zia didn't answer. "Rabbit," she said simply, smiling down at the animal in her arms. "No," Adam replied, still catching his breath. "That's food." "Rabbit," she repeated, nuzzling the creature. "We're running out of food," he said, exasperated. "And you eat more than I did during my fat phase. We can't keep this up." Zia looked at him, still smiling, as if he'd just told a lovely story. "Hot dog?" she asked innocently. Adam threw his arms up. "No hot dog, never hot dog. Because if I'm hot dog, you never even pay attention to hot dog." Zia blinked. Her brow creased, confused. Then she smiled. "Rabbit." Adam groaned, tilting his head to the sky like maybe divine patience would rain down. He turned away, dusting his hands on his jeans. "Don't wait up, Zia," he muttered. "I'm going somewhere I really don't want to go, to get us more food. And if I don't come back, don't look under my bed. I just have those, for the articles." And with that, Adam walked off into the shifting light, his shadows stretching out before him like a man being swallowed by the day.
You've just experienced Chapter 4 of The Girl Who Fell from the Sky. If this story moved you, if you felt even a flicker of something in your chest, we invite you to stay with us. There are more chapters to come. Subscribe to the house of strange love for more chapters, more stories, and more reasons to feel something deep. We tell tales where love collides with the impossible, where science fiction meets the soul, where the strange becomes beautiful. We'll see you in Chapter 5. Until then, keep your heart open and your eyes on the sky.